Because my father was a diplomat, I probably am a bit of a global citizen, and space is absolutely, a place without borders. It is, the most global marketplace there is.
I suppose romantically, I'm seeing you as an explorer.
I was probably bitten by the travel bug, as a child, and bitten by the space bug as an adult. I did spend a lot of my young adult life moving countries and, traveling around the world. It was a different sort of education.
And would you have seen films? Did you get to go to Bollywood films?
Often, particularly in the early part of his career, my father was the cultural attaché, at pretty much every embassy he was posted to. So he hosted a lot of those things. But we were also quite, lucky because we had the big US, stars coming over and eating dinner at our house. And,
wow, like who?
Oh, so I think Kirk Douglas, dangled me on his knee when I was very young. Louis Armstrong came by. I remember me sitting next to Ginger Rogers at a dinner at our house when I was a bit older. She's a big idol of mine, so I was thrilled to meet her.
The theme of the summit is look up. I'm just wondering if there's any films that might have inspired you or that connected you.
It's interesting. One of my favorite all-time films is a film called The Dish, starring Sam Neill. It's set in Australia, and it's a film about a very small team of people in a small town who are responsible for a radar dish. And it's funny because I didn't have any particular interest in space when I first saw that film, but I just love it. I love the way people rise to the challenge and do things that they think are way beyond their capabilities. So I have seen it several times.
Yes, and it's the hero's journey, isn't it? And that's what space, just that word, inspires in all of us, isn't it?
Yeah,
the possibility.
Absolutely. I mean, I did, follow the Apollo story and everything as a child, and so it was interesting. But when you're a child, that stuff is just kind of part of your everyday life. You don't realize how unbelievably adventurous, it is, and how brave those people must have been. And so exploration has largely been, the story of space for decades, since the 50s. What's amazing about space is that it is, we are so dependent on it here on Earth. It's ubiquitous. We all take it for granted. But people aren't really so much looking up and going, it's amazing, it's amazing. Except now there are some people like Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson, and they are people who are saying, actually, we have to go out there, and it's not just about exploration, it's about, for them, the survival of the human species. We have got to expand beyond this planet and go out there. And that is triggering a stampeding herd of disruptive technologies and new businesses. And so space is, to me, the most exciting sector that anybody could be involved in.
Do you think we're alone? Do we have neighbours?
Well, I will tell you, I mean, people who are a lot smarter about these things than I am tell me that it's, highly likely. The question is not if there is life, on other planets, but rather when we discover it.